Today's assignment, Wednesday, November 4th, revising boring main idea sentences. Your content objective, I can generate alternatives to the boring, predictable sentence structure. That means that you can write different sentences that are not boring and predictable. Predictable means that you can tell what's going to be said next. You can predict what is the next sentence because they are the same all the time. Your language objective. When I write, I'll use lots of different sentence patterns, sentence lengths, and connecting words that combine phrases, clauses, and sentences. So I'm going to click on this link, and you won't have to click on the link because I'm doing the sentences with you. So it says, what's wrong with these main idea sentences? I want you to think about what's wrong with these. Listen, the Winter Olympics has snowboarding events. The Winter Olympics has figure skating events. The Winter Olympics has ice hockey events. The Winter Olympics has skiing events. What's wrong with these sentences? If you said they sound like a broken record, they're boring, they're redundant. Redundant means that they're saying the same thing over again. The Winter Olympics, the Winter Olympics, the Winter Olympics, the Winter Olympics. Those are boring. We don't want to start our sentences always the same way. Good writers use powerful sentence variety. Start each sentence differently to hold the reader's interest. So use sentence starters. Here's a couple sentence starters. It is extraordinary to see, and then you finish your sentence. People all over the world watch, and then you finish your sentence. Another attraction is, don't miss the, fans adore. So each one of those are sentence starters that you can use for this topic of Winter Olympics. So the first one was the Winter Olympics has snowboarding events. Instead of saying the Winter Olympics, we can say people all over the world watch snowboarding events. We have just revised the sentence to make it better. The Winter Olympics has skiing events. And now you are going to try it in a minute, as soon as I finish this. So you're going to do these two worksheets on our Google slide presentation. So before we go there, let's review. Which sets of main idea sentences are stronger, and tell me why? The Americans won a medal in figure skating. Or, did you know that the Americans won a medal in figure skating? Which one sounds better, the blue or the red? If you said the red, why? Why does this one sound better? It's asking a question, so that brings the reader in, and that makes the reader want to try to answer the question. Now they are engaged in the reading. How about the Americans won a medal in skiing? During the Olympics, the Americans captured a medal in skiing. So instead of saying won again, because we already used won here in the first sentence, now we can say captured. Change the verbs so that you can use different verbs and you don't repeat the verbs. The Americans won a medal in hockey. Another medal was earned by the Americans in hockey. So all of these are the Americans won, the Americans won, the Americans won, different medals. But here we asked a question. Then we said during the Olympics, the Americans captured instead of won. And here we used earned. All of those words are great alternatives to the word won. So remember, use sentence starters for powerful sentence variety every time you write. So now we're going to go back to Canvas, and in the assignment, you watch the video first, which that's me talking, You open your Google Drive and Rapid ID. You click the Load in a New Tab button, which I need to refresh my page so you can see it. And then you go to slide 8 and 9 in your Google Slide. So you click here. Complete the assignment and click Submit to turn in your work. So when I click on this, then this opens up and you can make it when you started. This is the same slide that we've been working on all week. Okay, so we're going to go to slide number 9. Oh, I need to change that. Slide 9. And you can do a couple of things. You can make it bigger by zooming in here. You can make it bigger by zooming in on the hourglass. You can also make it bigger by clicking on the title, and it opens it in a new page. Now, notice up here. Here we have an orange rectangle. That means it's in my Google Drive. Here we have the world. It looks like a world, a black and white world. This one is in Google Drive, but in Canvas. So this one that has the world or the round circle, yours will have a submit button, and you just finish your work and you click submit. This one does not have a blue submit button. But when you make changes to this one, you automatically are making changes on this one because it's the same thing, but it's just like it's in a different house. So if you do this one so that you can make, you can see it bigger, you need to make sure to always go back here and click submit when you're done. Okay, so we are on page 9. It says boring revise. Read this author's pre-writing plan and make the main idea sentences. Notice the boring, redundant sentences and lack of variety. Each sentence begins the same way. The topic, the Winter Olympics. The same one we just did. Snowboarding, figure skating, ice hockey. And then they had the boring sentences. The Winter Olympics has snowboarding events. The Winter Olympics has figure skating events. The Winter Olympics has ice hockey events. And they already did the first one for you in the video that we just watched. So you're going to use, if you scroll down, here's your sentence starters. You don't want to start with another attraction because another means that you've already listed one. So we can start with people all over the world watch. So you use your text tool. You click on here. It opens a text box and you can write people, oops, not all capitalized, people all over the world watch the Winter Olympics snowboarding events, period. So we just switched this one, the Winter Olympics has snowboarding events, to people all over the world watch the Winter Olympics snowboarding events. The second one says the Winter Olympics has figure skating events. So instead of saying that, let's use one of these sentence starters. So go ahead and pick which one of these. I think they would all work fine. You don't want to pick this one again because we've already used it. And so you want to start your sentence with one of these. I'm going to put fans adore, but you don't have to click that. You don't have to do that one. You can either, I'm going to do this one with you, but I'm going to let you do the last one by yourself. But you don't have to write this one the same as me. So click on text and draw your text box. I like to go ahead and click and draw so that I can make it big. And I said I was going to use fans adore and has figure skating events. Okay, so I'm going to say fans adore figure skating events. Fans adore cheering the figure skating. Figure skating sometimes have pairs. So fans adore cheering the figure skating competitions. Oh, I can say events. I'm going to say fans adore cheering the competitors. Those are the people that compete. Competitors during the figure skating events. Now, you don't have to use that one. You can use something different from here. And then you're going to do the last one. The Winter Olympics has ice hockey events. So now, which one of these sentences do you want to use to finish our third main idea sentence? You can pause the video while you finish that one. Then we're going to go to slide number 10. And now we have the twin, read the author's pre-writing plan in the main reason sentences. Notice the boring, redundant sentences and lack of variety. Each sentence begins the same way. A best friend, sharing, and playing pranks. Sorry, I didn't read the topic. Being a twin. Best friend, sharing, playing pranks. I think those are the reasons why they like being a twin. So the sentence that they wrote was, since I'm a twin, I feel I always have a friend nearby. Since I'm a twin, I believe I learned how to share. Since I'm a twin, I like playing pranks on people. So this kind of writing does not spark the reader's attention or make them want to read on. Using the sentence starters below, see if you can rewrite these sentences and make them more interesting. So you are going to go ahead and work on this on your own or in partners if you are in class, and you're going to use these sentence starters to rewrite these sentences here using your text tool and write it here. When you're done, click submit. That's your first assignment. So finish that. Then when we go back to Canvas and you go to modules, you will have, now we're going to write about your favorite holiday, and you're going to also do suffixes, ly. Yesterday you started with suffixes ly, and now you're going to continue with suffixes ly. So you're going to do both. So you have 3 assignments to do today.